everyone, what's up? This is Simon from Devdectic and the Ionic Academy. This is the second part of a two-part series on Ionic image upload with a backend. So in the first part we've developed a simple Node.js backend, and if you haven't gone through that, you should do it now. The link will be below the video, and also make sure your server is running. So you should be able to make requests like this to our backend and receive some images from the backend. Now let's continue with our actual app. I've already started a blank new Ionic app, and we need to install a few things and generate some stuff. So let's go ahead. First of all, we need a provider which will take care of all of the backend interaction we have. Then we need a page. I will generate the home page as well, because normally the home page comes without a module file, and now it should have a module. Then we need also an upload modal. So when we capture an image, we will show the preview to the user and allow to add a description. And finally, we need another one which is used to show an image in full screen. Now, to capture images, we also, of course, need some Cordova plugins. So first of all, the Cordova plugin camera to use our camera. And then we also need the file transfer plugin, which will help us to upload our image file to a backend. So install the Cordova plugin file transfer as well. Once this is done, we just need to install the npm packages from Ionic native. So install the camera package and the file transfer package from Ionic native. And then we're finally ready to start our app. I will open it in a second, but we can continue already. So let's continue by changing this to homepage. So we make use of lazy loading, remove the references for homepage here as well. And then let's see, where's the app? There it is. And everything is fine so far. Next step is to import the stuff. We already got the images provider, but we need a few things more. So we need the HTTP module from @Angular HTTP, and this goes right to our imports, so we can actually make HTTP requests. Then we need the camera from @Ionic native camera, and we also need the file transfer from @Ionic native file transfer. Finally, add those to your providers array, and then we're fine here. Now we've created a provider, so let's start with that one. Remove this. Sorry. And the provider should take care of our backend interactions. So we just need to import the file transfer stuff. Oh, it works automatically. Nice. Private transfer, file transfer, and this can be removed as well. So our current API URL is, if you started locally, localhost 3000. If your backend is running somewhere else, of course, change this URL. Then we need a few functions. First of all, we need to get a list of all our images, and this is quite easy, making a GET request to our API URL plus images. All right, let's see. Here we got the roots. So this will make a GET request to images. Again, if you have the server code, you can see it in there as well. Then map the result to JSON, and you're good. The second one, which is super simple, is delete image. And this will again make use of our root, but this time call delete on images We also don't need the map actually. And also 2 images, we need to append the image ID, which should be in image.id. Now, the actual hard stuff is to upload an image with a given image and description. So our upload image, let's start easy and create the URL, this.api URL plus images. So we're making a post request or upload to this URL. And then the target path, actually we don't need the target path, I think. We can leave this out. The target path is our actual image. Then we need another options object, which is file upload options. Okay, so this one is not automatically imported. So let's add it to the import, and we can specify some options. One of the most important things is the file key. So our file key is image, and this is because for our post route, the Multi plugin is looking for exactly this key to find the file. And that's why we use the file key image. And we can say stuff like chunk mode false, perhaps not needed here. MIME type, this should be multi-part form data, just like we did with Postman. And then you can have some additional parameters, and this is where our description object goes. So the description will then be in the body of the request, and on the backend side, everything will be used fine. Now create a new file transfer. This transfer create, and then return this one, the file transfer, calling upload, and then we need the file URL, which is our image. We need the URL, and finally the options. So this is actually all we need to do to transfer our file to the backend. Now, before we of course need to make sure to get the image, capture it, and pass the link to the upload image function, but you will see that this is super simple. Now let's continue with our home TS. Again, this can be removed. We start with the function reload images, and this will also be called in the constructor. So here we need our just created image provider or images provider. Yes, there it is. And inside reload images, we simply call the images provider, get images, subscribe to the result, and once we get data back, we set our images array to the data we get back from the backend. Okay, so nothing special in here. Let's implement the easy stuff first. Delete image for an image is also more or less the same. Call delete image with the image, subscribe to the data, and then perhaps call again reload images, because this is not Firebase. We need to manually reload the page. To open the full screen image, we need a modal controller. So go ahead. Oh, come on, no import for me today. Whatever. So this will be open image with an image, and this will create a new modal page. So go ahead, use the controller to call create. We don't need this, but we need the string, which is preview model page, and pass the image to that page so we can use it on that page. Make sure to call present, otherwise your screen won't show anything. Okay, next. when we want to capture an image, we first of all show an action sheet to the user, because we want to allow to use images from the photo library or also capture images. So we need the action sheet controller, again from Ionic Angular, and then we can create a new action sheet by using the action sheet controller called create. And now some stuff. So title, select image source, and buttons will be an array. Okay, first button is text, come on, load from library, and the handler which handles the click event on this button will then call our next function take picture with a source type. Okay, so in a second you see how this works. So we call this.takePicture if we want to use a picture from the library and pass in from the camera, which we of course need as well. Oh, this is working, come on, never mind. So this.camera and then picture source type, and now use photo library. So this will pass the photo library type to this take picture function where we'll actually use the camera. Then we need a second button, of course. Let's copy this, use camera, and this time not photo library but camera. All right. Okay, so let's see, finally call action sheet present, and then we're good. Perhaps add another one for cancel. Cancel. All right. Whew. So we're very close to it. Inside this function, we need a little options object, which will then be passed to the camera when we call getPicture. So this expects some camera options, which we will pass in. Our options, first of all, you could set quality. I will make this 100. The destination type, okay, yeah. Destination type, in this case, this.camera.destination type, and we will use file URI, which will resolve through a local URL on your device, but this is fine. The source type is the one the user has selected before, and then you could say something like save to photo album false, and correct orientation. So this should fix a bug for Android, I hope. Okay, so in the promise, we will get back an image path for the actual file. And we're not directly uploading this, but creating a new modal page where the user can then enter some stuff like a description for the image. Perhaps you have a different use case, something else, but this is very usual. So we open an upload modal page, and as data, we pass the image path. We call present. And also what we want to do is on the dismiss, we want to check when this modal page was dismissed, if we have passed some data back and if data contains reload. So we will later set this in our page when we successfully uploaded something. So now our page knows it should reload the images. That's it here. Perhaps what is wrong? Come on. If there's some error, you might want to log this out. And of course, you can only use the upload on a device. This is not working in a browser. So yeah, within our app, you will actually not see anything by now, but it should load. No component for homepage. Let's see. Come on. Here's no homepage. No homepage. No homepage. Here's the homepage, and perhaps just restart the Ionic lab command. So we can continue with the view for our list, and I promise after this next step it will get a lot easier. So perhaps, let's see. Yes, okay, seems like no. Have I quit this? Is my API not running? I think it should run. We will see in a second. Let's continue with this. So color, let's make it primary, always looks good. And images. So inside our page, we could add something as a fallback, which is hidden if images length is not 0. No images found. So this will, yes, show because we don't have any images. This looks very strange. This API. Okay. This should fix the problem. And now this should actually be gone because we already have images. We just can't see them at the moment. So we will present them in an Ion list, and we will put all of this into a sliding item for all the images of our images array. And then we can craft the actual Ion item, which is tappable, and on click we call open image with our image. So this is the item, and below the item we can add an Ion item options button with a side right, so we can swipe our delete button in. Ion button, icon only, color most of the time danger, and the click event is delete image with the image. All right, Ion icon name trash, trash, yes, and that's it. An option sliding Ion list. Okay, so back to the item. We have an image, so let's show this as a little thumbnail at the left side, so item start. And here we can simply use the URL which is inside the object. Remember, if you have seen the first part, we set this URL to be already correct, so nothing else is needed right here. And we got the description and perhaps also a button to indicate some more action. Oh, come on, clear icon only, item end, whatever. So now it should be at the end of the button. Icon name, arrow forward, and that's it. So yes, there it already is. So this is just like we've seen here. If we would copy this URL in a new tab and open it, we see that we get this image, and we also see the description. On click we open the preview, but it doesn't show anything. So we need to implement this preview function, And of course, we need our upload function, and we will indicate this with a fab button, which is floating above our content. On click, we will call the present action sheet function, right? And we will give it an icon, perhaps, I don't know, camera. Looks good. So now we could upload an image. You see the action sheet is coming. We can select the image source, but of course, load from library or use camera is not working here in our browser. So we need to do this later on a device. But for now, let's finish the other stuff we have. So we still got two files. We got the upload modal, and let's continue with that. So this page will get something. Right, this will get data, which is the image path from this page. So this means we will have some image data here, and the user should be able to enter a description. Let's use the view controller, which is from Ionic Angular. And then we need our images provider. Images, yes. Okay. First of all, in the constructor, we can set our image data, which we get through the nav params, so-called get data. Okay, this will already set this object, which we can then show inside the view of that page. Two functions are needed: save image, of course, and a simple dismiss, which will just use our view controller and call dismiss. Remember, if we would pass some parameters back, our page would reload if we pass the reload parameter. But in this case, for a simple dismiss, we're not reloading, we're not uploading. So we only use this here, because here we use the images provider and upload image. And now we need the image, which is of course image data, and the description is also already here. The promise from the upload, you could check if this was successful or not, perhaps. You can also add an error block. In that case, we can also just call dismiss, but in the success case, we use dismiss and pass reload true, so our page knows that it should reload now. Now, in this view, there's not much we need to do. We could have skipped this completely, but I wanted to show how you can easily add a preview view like this, where the user can add some stuff as well. So no, this goes to navbar, and then ion button start, a button to close this one. So button, ion button, icon only, and on click we call dismiss. Ion icon, in this case close, and that's it. Title, perhaps upload image, and that's it. Inside the content, we first of all again display our image. The user can't really change it, but if you like to, you could add a Twitter, no, not Twitter, but Instagram feature here, like adding a filter, perhaps. So this is left as an exercise for the reader. Maybe you achieve it, let us know, definitely. So then the input field, whatever, my awesome image. So the user can add a little caption or text to this image. If you're building an image sharing app, you know, putting some text along is always needed. Finally, the button, ion button full, icon left looks good. and on click save image or upload image. It's almost, yeah, it's doing both. We're uploading and we're saving something to the database. So yeah, we could call it save and upload image. The problem is we're not getting to this page right from here, so you have to trust me on this. But the last thing I wanted to show you can be implemented from our app. So this is the preview modal. This will be called with an image. So it's a bit like what we did before, but yeah. Again, an image, and using the nav params to set this image. Now it's image, I think, and perhaps a close to close this view as well. Now it works. This dot view controller dismiss, and that's it. Nothing else is needed here, but inside the HTML and CSS for this page, because we're getting a bit tricky here. We want to have no header, just Ion content, and inside we will wrap everything in a div, which we will call image modal and transparent. So this will result in a transparent view, and also an IAM item, which we will give the class close fake. So whenever we press the background of this page or click it, we will call the close event to magically close this. No, this is actually not the one. Let's see. Whatever. But we can close it with this Ion icon, and name should be close. Okay, so we just got the close button. I forgot about that one, but we will add it to the image as well. The image source again can be simply used by using the URL of the image, and some more CSS, which we will add soon. We want to make this full screen image and also transparent, and also on click close the shit. Finally, oh, it's getting hot in here. We need the Ion card content. So it's not getting like dirty hot in here. It's like, I don't know, 30 degrees here in Germany, and I have to close all windows and shut all doors to get a silent environment to record the image, the video, which is by now, I don't know, almost half an hour. Oh, come on, I'm talking for half an hour with nobody. I hope you're listening. If you coming to this point, perhaps be so nice and leave me a comment that you can understand how hard it is to record a video with this temperature. Anyway, we're not yet finished. We want to show the description of the image inside a little Ion card content. Again, the CSS class will be added soon. And we wrap this right here, so it looks like the person has said this about the video. Below, we can also actually use the timestamp of the image, which is automatically created on the backend side. So Ion icon calendar, item left, and only show this if we actually have a created at time. And then image created, let's see, there's something wrong. Created should look like this, image created, and then the date pipe, just with short, should be enough. Close, 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 and we're good. So for the CSS, let me just copy it in, because the video is already long enough. Where's my mouse? Okay. We have some padding background, and especially for iOS and Android, we make this a bit transparent background of the page. Our fake is also with a transparent background, so the Ion item has no background. A bit bigger font size, so the icon is a bit bigger, and the description text is also a bit bigger. So let's see. Yes, this looks good. So our image with a transparent background, we got the close fake up here, and we got my epic description with the date and the icon below. So for the last missing piece, let me show you this app on device. Okay, so after half an hour, our app is finally running on my iOS simulator. We got this one image, but we wanted to try this other function. So let's use an epic image from the library. The preview comes up, and actually I think we perhaps fucked up the upload modal. Yes, which should be image data. But anyways, we add a caption. So let's call it "What an epic tutorial." Hit save and upload, and there it is. What an epic tutorial. Just created 5 p.m. And also, if we use Postman, we see that there's a new entry on this site. And also, let's see, no, not here, perhaps here. Yeah, there's a new file. Anyway, it's not displayed now. But now you could, of course, upload whatever you like. This preview, again, just fix it, upload it, and there it is. So I hope you enjoyed this little series on image upload, where we've built the full experience, so full stack backend development with Node.js, front end with Ionic. And I think it's always a good idea if you're experienced with both sides. So you're basically ready to be your own startup and build your full solutions if you understand both sides. Node.js is pretty exciting, very easy to learn. It's a lot of fun, and you don't always need Firebase if you can do it on your own. If you enjoyed this video and the series, please leave me a comment, and also maybe share it, or subscribe to this channel for the other Ionic videos that are here. And also make sure to check out the ionicacademy.com if you're interested in Ionic learning with video courses, community projects, and more. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day and take care.